We got mad. See, the accuser of the brethren don't want nobody to tell them nothing. The accuser of the brethren want everybody to lie to them and tell them that they're fine, there's nothing wrong with you, that everything is all good. When they know it's not good, but they want to hear the lie. And when you agree with the lie and you don't tell them the truth, you have now come into agreement with that assignment of hell against that person. Why do you think the Bible say hell is enlarging? Because people agreeing. Well, I just don't want Lisa to be mad at me. Not understanding, I have agreed with hell to make a place for you. Because I don't want you to be mad. What kind of love? Don't you love me like that? Tell me the truth.
Yes, Lord.
Tell me. Because see, we don't got to a place just because you don't like it. That's a human response. That's fine. But it's my job to keep you out of hell. See, people don't want people to keep them out of hell. They want people to make them comfortable in their sin. I can't let you be comfortable in your sin. Not up in here, I can't. Because if I do, God is going to judge me to say, I gave you the charge to tell the people the truth about things in their lives. And he gave my leaders the charge to tell me things that's wrong with my life. See, everybody got somebody to answer to. But we don't get so caught up that the accuser of the brethren, that's why God had to throw him out of heaven. And see, we'll get to a place where we get isolated. When you get isolated, you don't want to talk to nobody. You don't want to be around nobody. You want to be by yourself, and you begin to think about all these negative things. The accuser of the brethren has showed up. He don't want you to be around nobody that's going to get you back into right standing. He don't want you to be around no truth. That spirit is the spirit of Satan. It's rooted in Satan. Because it won't, this case built up against you. And that's why it wants your heart to stay hard. When your heart is hard and your heart is wounded and you're cold and you see somebody just fail and you laugh, or you laughing at, see, your heart has got cold. And it has gotten hard. Because the Bible says in John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave. If you don't care nothing about your brothers and your sisters and people other than your folk, you have allowed an accuser to get you. It's not the ways of God to think about just your family. It's where you get to the place where you understand what he have done for you. And you live a life to allow him to deal with you so you can go and help other people. And as you're helping other people, your family is seeing the change in you. But when we stop and try to tend to a family and making sure the family get it, then we forgot the Great Commission. Because the family is supposed to see the change in us. If the family don't see the change in us, that's telling us we're missing it somewhere. And see, you got to walk this thing out. It's a process that takes place. Because you got to understand, you got a mark on you. Turn your Bible to Ezekiel. Ezekiel 9. And if you got a mark of God on you, and you're not displaying God, that means you have forfeited your mark. A mark represents a sign. And it tells us that Jesus, he marks us when we're not producing any fruit. He tells man to mark them. He tells leaders, mark them. Because that's an indication that they in the middle. I want y'all to look at it. Look at Ezekiel 9. Let's look at verse 4. And it says, and the Lord said to him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of men who sigh and groan all over the abominations that are committed in the midst of it. I'm going to read it in the NIV. He says, and said to them, go throughout the city of Jerusalem, put a mark on the foreheads of those who grieve and lament over all the detestable things that are done in it. In other words, when we're crying about, this is what I want, and I know it ain't right, but this is what I want, a mark is being placed over you. Ezekiel 9:4. Because when we're supposed to be manifesting Jesus on the earth, and we're still tied to the old level, there's a mark that's being placed over us. And this mark is a sign that you don't belong to God. He said, if you be lukewarm or what? I'm going to spew you out of my mouth. So if you're in a place of being lukewarm, he's saying, I'm going to spew you out of my mouth. And you got to understand, when he spew you out of his mouth, that means that you're no longer protected from the enemy. You're not protected because you don't know which side you belong. See, that's what the accuser do. It want to get you so caught up. You can't rest. You can't sleep. You can't focus. You reading your Bible and you don't hear what God is saying. You can't get into worship. Everything is a performance. You going with the flow, but nothing. You don't hear God talking to you because that's the accuser. Well, I don't know. It must be them. No, it ain't them. How everybody else feeling the presence but you? How everybody else crying out but you? See, you got to begin to look at yourself and say, I